Our identity is basically a series of statements that are ingrained in our psyche that define us. And those statements are extensive. They're not that simple. They're not just like, okay, I was born this way in this family with this religion and this financial reality and this nationality. There are so many layers of how we create ourselves, define ourselves, and have a way then, by the time we're an adult, of approaching the world and interacting with it that makes us feel safe to whatever degree. So there are layers of facial expressions, gestures, tones of voice, choice of words, so many different things that allow us to feel like we can control our safety, our circle, our reality. And that within that, we can attain what we want and maintain being safe. So these things could be I am someone that is able to manipulate others. And even that would have deeper statements that say, this is how I can manipulate others. I can either manipulate them with my humor, my intelligence, my wit, my looks, something. And so that becomes a part of our identity of how we're interacting in the world. We might be someone who is anxious, or we would call ourselves bubbly or depressed or introspective or very interesting. So there's a lot of different ways we can describe ourselves. And remember, those statements are ingrained in our psyche. I think of it as kind of this mural that we've created and painted over a lifetime that includes so many different ideas and expressions of how we see ourselves personally, but also how we see how the world interacts with us. So those are the two kind of main things in our mural. And every true, real, intense place of belief systems and identity systems, they're tacked down to our psyche with some emotional pain. And so we're kind of seeing and experiencing the world through this mural, which doesn't give us necessarily the clearest view of what's happening in the world. So part of the path is lifting our conscious attention, the part of us that we would call I. So we would say, I am this, I am that, but truthfully, who is saying I am? And so we know that we have a part that can change perspectives at different times. That is the part of us that we're trying to work with to pull away from being attached to anything, not attached to some sort of desire for a certain flavor of food, or attached to a certain life experience, or attached to a way of seeing ourselves that we feel is so important. If we're locked in to these things, you can clearly see that we are trapped and unable then to change, to grow, to move, to expand, to explore our consciousness, to explore the universe, which is a deep, deep desire of the soul. Through the expression of itself in this lifetime, we're looking to grow, evolve, and gain, gain insight, gain experiences, gain knowledge, and gain freedom. Thank you all for being here. I love you and I appreciate you.